Welcome to Espoir Speaks, your go-to podcast for all things Espoir. I'm your host, Melanie Joy Ferenil, and I am thrilled to have you join us on this very exciting journey as we delve into the heart of Espoir's programs, its community, and the incredible people behind it all. Espoir Speaks is more than just a podcast. It is a platform designed to illuminate and celebrate Espoir's diverse programs and community interventions. Our engaging radio style show will host in-depth conversations with a focus on educational and community development initiatives that are making a real impact in the island. Each month, Espoir Speaks explores specific themes that align with Espoir's core programs and values. These themes range from free and quality education to community building, basic organizing, women's empowerment, social entrepreneurship, and more. Our aim is to engage our audience and raise awareness about Espoir's vital work in these areas. Now, let's dive into our theme for this month. For January, we are shining a spotlight on our advocacy, education for all. If some of you don't know yet, Espoir School of Life originally started as a school where we foster free, inclusive, and liberating education, now for 180 students living in resettlement, remote, and last-mile communities in Siargao Island. And to actualize holistic development for the students, majorly children, we also supercharge community development. Now we also build liberating education for the children's parents and their whole community. And to help us navigate this insightful topic, we are very honored to have a very special guest today. So, without further ado, let's get started with this second episode and learn more about our advocacy and plans ahead to realize this education for all advocacy. Let us welcome the founder of Espoir School of Life, Sir Nicolas Gontard. Hi, Sir Nicolas, and welcome to Espoir Speaks.
Good morning, Melanie. Thank you for having me. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine and quite nervous as well because I'm about to interview you now. But yeah,
Excellent.
welcome to Espoir Speaks, and I hope you just enjoy this conversation. Okay, so in this segment, we will be uncovering the roots of Espoir. So, Sir Nicolas, what sparked the inception of Espoir, and how did education emerge as the focal solution for societal challenges in underserved areas?
Okay. So, as you may know, I mean, I'm French, and I've had a pretty easy childhood and education. I was quite privileged. Did my master's degree in the US, and when I started traveling overseas, I realized that not everybody was as privileged as me. And having lived in Hong Kong for 35 years, I had the chance to travel to a lot of countries around Asia. And there's about more than 200,000 Filipinos who actually work in Hong Kong, mostly as domestic helpers, to make a better living. And most of them are sending most of their income back home to help their families survive. So that really touched me. And I thought it was time to give back. And give back to the community, and Philippines was an obvious choice for those reasons. And I thought education was the right way to actually solve the problem, because everything starts with education. And I think it's the only way to break the vicious cycle of poverty in the world. And Philippines was the obvious choice. And then we ended up in Siargao, in a Gawat Kalinga, a community that has housing for underprivileged children. So that's how we all started, and that was in 2016, almost 8 years ago. Time flies. Over to you, Melanie.
Okay, thank you, Sir Nicolas. A very powerful motivation indeed. I remember one friend saying that we should really be bothered by our privileges and turn these privileges into social action. So I am very amazed of, how you turn your privilege into this very pragmatic solution towards accessible education and development, especially in this kind of area where it's very remote, it's very located in the last mile area in Siargao Island. So maybe now we can delve into the impact of Espoir's educational initiatives. Sir Nicolas, can you share maybe a specific story, exemplifying the transformative power of education within Espoir's community?
Okay. Yeah, so I think a couple of stories. One of them was related by the team. It's about a young girl called Maria, who obviously is going to Espoir, and she now excels academically, but she also became an advocate for environmental sustainability in her own community. So that's really reflects the impact that education has had on her and also around her in her community. And as for myself, I remember the first time I came to Espoir, I mean, to Gawat Kalinga, before Espoir was even started and built. The kids were very shy. They didn't want to look at me. They were scared. They were, I mean, many of them were quite malnourished at that time. They didn't speak a word of English. And when I go back now, 7 or 8 years later, they are confident. They are healthy. They are well educated. They speak very good English. And I came to a class during my last trip, and I brought a world map that was given by one of our godparents. And I pulled out the world map and the kids jumped on it. They were so curious to discover the world. And I found it very touching. And I think also the fact that we have now a lot of volunteers coming from around the world is also helping them to open their eyes to the outside world. So that's really amazing. And one last thing is very often when I've been to the school on weekends, when they are not supposed to be at school, and you see a lot of kids that are actually at the school. They want to play there, they want to read there. They are very attracted by Espoir, and they are very curious by nature.
Right. I also firsthand saw how, transformation takes effect on these children, and it's so very amazing to witness that as well. So yeah, I think it just show or it illustrates the ripple effect of education and how education is truly important on our lives. So moving on, I think the question now would be, how does Espoir tailor its approach to meet the unique or specific needs of the children in this challenging environments? Like, for instance, um, our service areas, our settlement, remote, and last mile areas.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously we have a holistic approach. We need to adapt to the community where we are involved. And for example, many of the parents of our students are actually farmers or construction workers, but there's a lot of farmers. So the importance of farming and agriculture, for example, is key. So from a very young age, we teach the kids how to farm, how to grow, how to put a seed in the ground, and how to see a produce come out from their own act and their own production. And this is not something that you do very often in other schools. I've never done that in France when I was a kid. And I think also, apart from education, we teach them life skills, which I believe are even more important than education, how to be good people. So how to work together. So teamwork is very important, respect of each other, gender equality, the love of their island, because we hope that one day they are not all going to jump into a plane and move to Manila to work in the big city, but they will help to actually develop their island. So I think those life skills are definitely something which is very specific to Espoir and adapted definitely to the island and to the communities where we work today.
Thank you, Sir Nicholas. I also remember how we reiterate or repeat co-designing and co-planning with the community. So I truly appreciate that we are just not employing a one-way approach. We really actualize the grassroots approach and we respect the community's insights more than ever. So now we explore the broader impact. The question would be, why in your view is emphasizing education crucial for addressing societal issues like poverty and injustice?
Yes. So I think education, the power of education is obviously it brings you knowledge, and it also teaches you how to think by yourself. So how do you think independently? How do you make your own opinion on the situation? And obviously, this will help you to make the right decisions in your life because you will be informed. You will have the knowledge to make the right decisions. And apart from that, obviously, it will give you a better background and allow you to get a better job and hopefully have a wonderful future. So that's why we are called Espoir, which means hope in French. And I think the life skills, as we just talked about, are also a way to bring you a sense of justice. What is the right thing to do in life? Sometimes you make decisions purely based on a materialistic approach. You make more money, but sometimes you look at it and you go, you know what? Actually, this is not what I want to do. I want to do this because this is what I love and this is the right thing to do, even if the financial benefits are less. So I think this is what we are trying to do on both sides. Give them a better tools to get better jobs, but also give them better emotional tools and psychological tools to make the right decisions.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Nicolas. That is a very compelling perspective on the transformative power of education. I agree that life skills education that we employ is one thing that made us unique, and that is so very realistic and pragmatic as well to survive or even win in life in general for these children and their families. So finally, looking ahead, the last question is what are Espoir's aspirations and strategies for championing education for all advocacy in the coming years?
Yes, so I mean, we started in 2016 with a nursery class of 17 students. In the summer, we are going to open the secondary school. So that's a big step forward for us. We are committed to cover the whole program up to grade 12. And then obviously, since we want to continue giving hope to those students, we're planning to create partnership with universities and learning hubs for our students to continue their career development. We're also helping a lot of remote communities, whether on remote island or last mile communities, and early childhood centers as well. So altogether, we're already helping and supporting about 400 students. The priority is always given to underprivileged communities, people who do not have access to quality education, either because they are too remote or because they don't have the means. And obviously, we're hoping to be an example for other people to do similar things. So if we can make it a sustainable and scalable model that can be replicated in other parts of the Philippines and potentially overseas, that will be ideal. So, we have big plans, but we are a small team. We're growing. We've done an amazing job so far, thanks to the wonderful team that we have on the ground. And the entire team is Filipino. So I'm very, very proud of the team. And we just won a national award, Galimpuk Citizenship Award, back in October. So that's a sign that we are doing the right thing.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Nicholas, again for your answer. I am truly excited, to take part with these initiatives in the near future. And I am very excited as well to see our children carry on with their education and ultimately actualize the future individual and collective economic and social development. So yeah, thank you, Sir Nicholas, for sharing your insights into Espoir's educational journey, the roots of how we started. So yeah, do you have any last words, to sum up all the
No,
insights
thank
provided.
you very much, Melanie. Thank you for being part of the team. This is an exciting mission, and I appreciate your efforts to help us achieve that mission and vision that we all have.
Thank you,
Have a
Sir
wonderful
Nicolas, as
day.
well. Thank you for the
Thank you.
opportunity as well. So yeah, I think that would be it. Thank you as well, everyone, for joining us on this insightful episode of Espoir Speaks. We hope you have enjoyed the conversations and gained a deeper understanding of our advocacy, education for all. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay updated on all things Espoir. And remember, each month we'll bring you a new theme that mirrors Espoir's programmatic focus areas. So there's always something new to learn and discover. Until next time, stay inspired and keep the spirit of Espoir alive. This is Melanie, signing out.